So hi everyone, this is Kathy Lefevre. I'm just moderating this session. The name of this session is Celebrating Student Authenticity Through Creative Computer Science, Science-Backed and Curiosity-Led Approach. So with us, we have Monica Katuka, right? Tried to say that.
Yes,
And
amazing.
oh, I lost your bio. She is, hold on one second. I have to look on a different device. I found you. Here we go. Okay, so Monica is the founder and CEO of Teachers Lead Tech, which is a platform dedicated to empowering K-5 teachers and bringing creative computer science skills to every student, regardless of their gender, race, location, or socioeconomic background. This year, the platform received recognition as the best education and learning solution at the World Summit Awards. That's awesome. Monica raises a question: how can we celebrate authenticity and inclusivity in a computer science classroom and serve teachers in the best way to bring future-proof skills? Teachers-Led Tech has already reached 110,000 plus girls and boys, and its digital learning buddy has been used by students over 220,000 times since the feature's launch 6 months ago. That's impressive. I love it. The platform provides students with the opportunity to explore their creativity, engage in authentic learning experiences, and develop logical thinking skills through computer science practices. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let Monica start because she probably has a lot to cover. So the room is yours. And thank you, Monica, for coming and leading and presenting during this session.
Thank you, Kathy. And it's so nice to move from and support what Brandy was saying in the first session on just especially feeling on the side of things that not many people still understand how important computer science is. I think we're often debating of how we should teach it, of the best ways to teach it, but to me it still feels that because most of the adults that live today have not received innovative and relevant computer science education, where there's still such a knowledge gap. But in my session today, I'll split it in two parts, if you may allow. So first, I'll introduce what we're doing, how we're thinking. And in the second part, I'll invite you to actually experience it. Experience the play, the fun, and the creativity behind it. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, no matter the, despite the subject we're in. So I'll be talking a lot today about authenticity and creativity in computer science classroom. And to begin, I'll start with this number. To me, this number is very sound. 65% of kids starting school every year will work in technology roles that don't even exist yet. In my opinion, while we're still discussing if we should teach technology, the question is not if we will work in technology roles, but what skills or what roles we will have in technology sector, because technology is quickly evolving and overtaking taking everything from a new perspective. And of course, everything is even more shaken by the recent developments in artificial intelligence, which means that we now have machines that learn very fast. They remember tons of information. If they do a mistake, they learn from it, and they do it without being tired, without having relational issues, etc., etc. So for me, the question is, kind of a joint path is not only if we computer science is a necessity in the modern classroom, but at the same time that if we leave the memory, the mechanical work to the machines, should we leave more space in our classrooms for creativity, authenticity, and those human qualities that were kind of forgotten in industrial age schools? So the thing that keeps me going for the last almost 8 years in computer science classrooms is how can we ensure that every kid learns to create with technology as a basic skill, next to reading or maths or writing, and despite their gender, location, or socioeconomic background. So my team and I were building Teachers Lead Tech. I call it a support bubble to teach creative computer science in K-8, because we combine a lot of small elements into one big bubble for teachers to feel supported, not only because computer science is often a new subject to many teachers as it is rolling out in schools, but at the same time, it is a subject that will be ever evolving. There's no stopping. It's not a subject that you learn and forget to relearn every year almost. So you're constantly a student yourself. So our approach is both backed by science and by our experience with working with teachers in small professional development groups. We're combining 3 elements: curriculum, continuous professional development, and the last element that we added almost a year ago, a learning buddy for kids. And I'll tell you more how we think. So when we think about computer science and curriculum, we see computer science not as part of the curriculum, like not a course, not one small element. We see it as a subject, like you would see maths that has different elements, like learning different concepts, learning AI, learning 3D modeling, creative programming, digital ABC, cybersecurity, data management, storytelling, etc. So it's a wide and broad subject. But at the end of the day, in a computer science classroom, we stand by the methodology, understand and create. Because computer science is an amazing tool, not only for you kind of to learn computer science, but to actually build something new, to express yourself, to give to the logical sequence that they're using a new face, a different meaning, something that you're curious about, something that shows a little bit more about yourself to be seen in the classroom. To complement that, to complement the fast-changing field, we're also doing complementary micro PD for teachers throughout the school year. So we don't do it like in a one chunk, you learn and then you leave. We're following teachers throughout the school year. So we kind of do community workshops and micro PDs together. So we prep together and go into the classroom. So it's not something that you have to carry on your shoulders all the time, but doing it bit by bit. And the goal of it all is to let authenticity, creativity, inclusivity, and logical thinking grow in the classroom. And that's where Learning Buddy comes in. After I became a teacher's assistant in my local school, in my kids' school, I saw that the challenge is not only to have the curriculum, to have the relevant professional development, but at the end of the day, for teachers to foster this creative, flexible, inclusive environment, they need to have some support whilst in a classroom. Of course, the dream would be having some human support, having assistance in the classroom, etc. But then we started building a learning buddy. So it's a step-by-step lesson guide that invites kids for self-directed learning. And even though they're following the same logical sequence, the same path, they're always expressing something, their imagination differently. They will always, they can collaborate because there is no point to compete. There's no winner because everyone succeeds at the end of the classroom with creating something. And it gives kids actually it gives them bravery to try in different subjects. Especially in elementary, by grade 2 or 3, sometimes kids lose their confidence because they're not so capable in regular subjects. Maybe they're not so good at reading, not so fast like their peers, or maybe they have learning difficulties. And computer science, through creative pedagogy, just really allows them to open up, to feel that they can achieve. And once they feel that they're just building something for their curiosity, at the end of the day, what happens is that they don't understand how complex the tasks that they're building and what skills are behind that. What teachers say after when using computer science in the classroom, especially in elementary. And it's very fascinating to observe, because you think, as Brandy was saying, that you're bringing a new separate subject, but actually spills all over the place, adds new skills for students, and mostly in mathematical and logical thinking, because even if you're teaching computer science, this complex thinking allows kids to be more successful in maths, and maths become relevant because they need numbers to succeed, and in their algorithm, or in counting degrees in their 3D model. But at the same time, computer science really allows teachers to feel that they're bringing something of value to a 21st century classroom, that they're relevant, that they're not and always trying to find something new for their students, but they actually computer science as a tool to communicate with students in the 21st century classroom. And this is a bubble that's been observed by teachers. This is not test scores. This is not grades. This is something, competences that are actually growing in the computer science classroom. And I'm a big believer that these will be the things that we will, in the future, will be measuring heavily against the grades, because that's exactly what we want to see in our society, in our workforce, people who are complex, who can think in complex ways, who can think logically, etc., and have different set of tools. So my heart is filling with joy when I hear teachers saying that, they see deep collaboration in a classroom, that creativity and imagination is through the roof, that joy of learning is a natural part of a computer science classroom, that they see parts of their students that they've never seen before, and they connect deeply with them. And next to that, we have some, quite obvious things like complex computational and logical thinking growing for the students. And I love the part where these logical mathematical parts actually connect together with the expression of who you are as a person. And I think that's what excites kids so much, because we as humans, we really want to be seen as who we are and celebrated for that. Because I'm myself accidentally ended up in computer science after a degree in political science, I was really drawn to technology because I saw it as a means to solve problems for a wider population of people. It's not only for growing a new business or building a new gadget, but actually understanding that in the future, a lot of challenges will be faced by a growing population globally, and quite often solved by conscious, creative, kind people using technology. So, and I know that all of my teammates were a female-led team. We ended up in computer science accidentally, just led by curiosity, because we didn't have it as a normal subject. We didn't see ourselves as computer scientists while we were at school. So I want this not to be an accident for the future generations. Invitation, every month, including September, October, and in the upcoming school year, we're doing open workshops. I'll send the link in the chat for you to check out. They're open. We play and have fun together. We see it as a way to prep for the classroom. So you come and play and build with us, and you're ready to do it in the classroom. So you are warming up and doing things hands-on, celebrating your creativity first, so you're much more eager to do it in your classroom. And in my opinion, observing the world, the fast-changing world, and how much opportunity technology brings, I still believe strongly that authenticity and creativity are superpowers. There's something that we need to train and cultivate as a muscle, that being you, thinking like you, being led by curiosity like you, is something unique and needs to be cherished. And computer science, to me, seems like a toolkit to nurture these qualities, but at the same time, learn the new ways to problem solve and learn and build new things and mix technologies together. So, we're talking about AI these days. In 5 years, there might be, another crazy new technology that comes, and we will then need to combine it, with AI, maybe with mobile, etc. So there is not ending to this. It's more just finding another great tool to express yourself and solve a problem. But as I said, I'll pause. I'll share the link to the workshops. But as I said, and if you're not too tired on this Saturday morning and want to join me, let me invite you to actually follow along with me. So instead of me, showing you hundreds of examples of how we do it, I'll invite you to do it together. So this is where as a teacher sign up, and students can access it with a learning buddy code, so they don't need to sign up for the platform. And I'll just show you how we can. I forgot the password for a second because I was so engaged in the presentation. So when you join, on the right side, you see the upcoming workshops and themes of it, available courses, and when we say artificial intelligence, we break it down into main principles of artificial intelligence, main concepts, and then we go for understand and practice part, and always creative projects around it, because the goal of computer science is not to understand, it's to apply. And I think that's why kids quite often get disconnected from traditional subjects, because it's quite hard for them to connect them with the real world they're in. And that's how we blend their curiosity for technology with other subjects, with other themes and computer science concepts. So let's go today for Fantastic Animal with AI, a very playful and simple way to, I tried it even with the second graders, to show how artificial intelligence is thinking, how it can be used in a very, very simple way, in a very playful way. So if you're a teacher, there is a very broad explanation of the lesson, of the concept that we'll be using, also a video for you to prep for the lesson. But for me, the best part is the learning buddy. So for students, they can access it with a 4-digit code, and I'll follow it along to actually do a project together. So it's a step-by-step guide with instructions and on what we'll be doing today. So today we'll be making a playful animal. A creature, maybe even would be the wisest word to use. And I'll invite you to join me, and you can come up with a fantastic animal idea. Maybe it's already in your head. Maybe it will come up to you while drawing. And for the drawing part, we'll use the Canva app. It's very, very simple. I have few of the drawings ready for you guys. So if you ever decide, I'll just make sure I'm sending to everyone. Yes, everyone in the meeting. So there we go. If you're keen, join with me, and I won't show you how it will look at the end, so you are clueless and can just play along with me. So Canva drawing is a very, very simple tool. You don't have to. It has a few pens on the side. You can pick colors, opacity, and size of the pencil or the pen that you're using. Of course, it has a eraser and different things. So the only few rules for drawing your fantastic animal is to think that it should have limbs, hands or legs or whatever, maybe, here, or maybe ears like alien, or maybe a horn, whatever you decide to draw. So I'll start with drawing this I'll start with wings. I'll start with wings, and to be honest, the funnier you go, the more interesting it gets at the end. Green is my favorite color, and maybe I'll do legs as well. So, oh, somehow I got a little angel, almost. So now I'll just color it. And in your classroom, for one student, it can be a 5-minute project because they're like, oh yeah, I have 13,000 ideas of a fantastic animal in my head, so I'll just pick one and draw it now. But for some students, who are quite detail-oriented, etc., the drawing part can actually be quite long. They might erase and correct, and maybe for the first 10 minutes can't decide what they're actually drawing, etc. So do encourage them and say that there's no right answer here. Fantastic animal is mostly interesting about it, and exactly because you have no idea how it looks. Maybe you never saw it. Bubbles. And you can simply cover it. You don't need to fill it in. It's just me. And huge eyes. Oh, now it looks sillier. Not that serious. You can still join and draw with me, because I promise it will be hilarious at the end. Not the drawing. We'll do another cool thing with it. I'll do a pencil, and now I want to draw a quirky smile. And maybe I'll use this pencil to add some lines. That's not bright enough for me. I want it to be brighter. And so it's a very, very simple to use drawing tool. And here's my monster. Or a fantastic animal as a dish. So all we do here is click on the three points on the right side and save the image to our computer. So first step of the task done. So we draw the fantastic animal, we downloaded the drawing, and our next step is animating the drawing. So you can animate it, showing it together with your kids, or they can follow the steps by themselves. And for the animated drawings, we'll actually use Sketch, which is actually driven by artificial intelligence, which has trained from gazillions of pictures, and will make my fantastic animal a movie creature. Instead of a flat 2D creature, it will suddenly become this movie character. And we'll get started with link. Oh, if anyone is following along, here's the link to the sketch part. Here's the instructions of what you're doing, but the simplest thing is you just upload the photo that you just downloaded, the canvas thing. Here's my creature, and it will scan it. It will ask me if I agree to help the research. Because there's no personal data involved, I'm happily agreeing. And the trick here is that I need to size the picture. So to resize, so my animal, there's at the least amount of white space available. And when I press next, are you ready for some fun? And I'm pretty sure I will look hilarious on this one. It will separate the character, and now you can use what the AI model found for you. So these are basically joints. It shows where your character could be bending or moving in the future scenes of a mini animation. So you can move those around if you want. Usually it's quite accurate. So that's why in the beginning, the only thing was that please draw your fantastic animal with some limbs, whatever you decided to be, and you'll see why. So I moved those points just a tiny bit to see the animal. So let the computer do the job for me and make my drawing into a cartoon. So here we go. So now we have this fun animal. It looks like a running cactus to me somehow. And it doesn't only do it in one scene. You can do it, in different animations. And if you were a cartoonist, it will take you, maybe 25 scenes or maybe more to draw it. And this is fun and simple for kids to show that whatever you're creating, it can be so joyful and to play with, and using a simple AI tool. It's not about them only uploading an image and AI doing it for them. It's actually them creating it first and then playing with it. Yeah, so it can boxing, it can dance. Oh. And if something goes wrong, it's a very simple procedure to go back because we kind of didn't lose anything here. Maybe my limbs will change. I will say it, show it till the end because I want to show you how to easily share those things. No, it doesn't want to be friends with me today. I'm happy that we went to the final step and you saw the you saw the animal dancing, and you also saw the example here. So at the end, you can download this little image and make into a GIF, into a cartoon, or send it around in the classroom, and it makes both very simple and not too complex introduction into AI, combining different disciplines, and that's how we see computer science. Even if we're learning, of course, this is not complex artificial intelligence at all, but even if we're doing something very complex, we always can add something about us to it, something about the student to feel relevant in their own classroom, in their own learning experience. And computer science, in my deep belief, is a perfect discipline to strengthen both authenticity, creativity, and resilience of the students to just enjoy learning, feel that they're part of the learning experience, and they can actually, that they're capable to create in 21st century. So thank you. Thank you for joining our room. I'll stop sharing, and I'm happy to answer any questions or discuss with you guys. And I also know that I've shared the link to the workshops, to the open workshops, I think not in the private chat. So, oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Samantha. So I'll share it here as well. So you're guys open to join. And the most exciting part is seeing teachers use it in the classroom, because I'm a mom of 3 myself, and I know it took me a while to help my schools to get used to computer science. And after, I would say, a good full school years, now the school, they don't even imagine how they would live without it. They started with a lot of skepticism and thinking kids are on screens all the time, etc., etc. And now when they see how brilliant their kids are in this field, they cannot stop anymore. So I wish you some bravery, support, and to fall in love like Brandy and I did with computer science. You're welcome, Teresa. You're welcome. Thank you, Amy. It was lovely to see you, and I'm sorry I couldn't show you how to download, but it's pretty easy. So you're definitely gonna work it out, and you can both join the sessions and all the curriculum that I show you. Some of the lessons are always available for free for you to join, so don't hesitate. If it works in your classroom, that's true delight. Oh yeah, I can easily, I just realized I can also send a link to our website, because it's very easy to start. Yes, Samantha, try it. I've sent a link to the platform, so it's those lessons are available all the time with no charge, no restrictions. So just have fun, enjoy, if it works in your classroom. And I believe Kathy will be posting the attendance links for our talk. Thank you for listening. And enjoy the rest of the day.
Everybody, so thank you, Monica, for the presentation. I thought that was pretty cool with the animation. Very, very cool. So everybody, make sure that you fill out the attendance form, the session survey. Make sure, do you guys need me to put the name of the session in there for you? I can type it in there. Anybody need that, the name? It's Celebrating Student Authenticity through Creative Computer Science. So I'll type it in there so that you guys can have it. Celebrating, what is it? Student authentic. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. If I can do it right. I gotta spell though. Hold on 1 second. Computer science through creative computer science. Right? It's coming right now. And so there's the session name. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording. You guys have any more questions?